Under the blinding lights of the Forum in Inglewood, California, tension rippled through the air like electricity. The arena was a sea of color, green, white, and red flags waving proudly beside the blue and white of Nicaragua. Fans screamed, drums pounded, and cameras flashed as two warriors prepared for battle. In one corner, the undefeated Mexican champion, Carlos El Príncipe Cuadras, his confidence radiating as brightly as the gold on his WBC belt. In the other, a Nicaraguan maestro, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, already a three-division world champion, daring to climb another mountain in pursuit of history. The referee's voice cut through the roar. Protect yourselves at all times. Gloves touched, and the bell rang. From the first second, Chocolatito was on the hunt, cutting off the ring, inching closer, his eyes locked on his prey. Cuadras danced on his toes, flicking quick jabs, circling away, but Gonzalez's pressure was unrelenting. Every step forward was calculated, every feint a trap. The rhythm of the fight was being set by the smaller man who fought like a storm, tightening its grip. Cuadras's footwork was sharp, his combinations crisp, yet Gonzalez's quiet aggression was suffocating. The Mexican burned energy just to stay free, as the crowd roared with every exchange. By the third round, the fight had turned into a chess match played at lightning speed. Gonzalez moved like a shadow, slipping inside punches and firing back in relentless bursts. His hooks found the ribs, his uppercuts snapped Cuadras's head back. The champion answered with sharp counters, his right hand finding moments of success, but he was being forced backward, fighting to create space. Gonzalez's footwork was poetry in motion, never rushing, always pressuring. It wasn't just physical, it was psychological warfare. Cuadras's energy was fading under the constant heat of Gonzalez's attack. The commentators could feel it too. He's making Cuadras work every second of every round. Still, Cuadras refused to break. His pride as a Mexican champion kept him alive. In the fourth, he found openings, landing a quick right hand that jolted Gonzalez's head. The crowd exploded. For the first time, the Nicaraguan was being pushed backward. Cuadras smiled, knowing he had hurt him, and the battle began to transform from technical to brutal. As the middle rounds unfolded, the fight reached a fever pitch. Gonzalez, calm under fire, responded with ruthless precision. He doubled his output, digging to the body, ripping hooks upstairs, and pressing Cuadras against the ropes. Sweat flew, blood began to trickle, and neither man took a step back. Cuadras's face showed swelling near the eye, his mouth open as he tried to breathe through the storm. Yet even hurt, he threw back. His combinations flashed like lightning, each punch driven by pride. The crowd roared as he connected with a clean right hand that snapped Chocolatito's head around. Gonzalez answered instantly, 5 punches in return, each more savage than the last. The exchanges drew gasps from the crowd. It was pure, unfiltered warfare. Cuadras's corners screamed instructions, urging him to move, to box, but Gonzalez's rhythm was impossible to escape. Every second felt heavier, every movement slower. Still, the champion refused to surrender, matching Gonzalez's fire with every ounce of will he had left. Then came round 8, the breaking point. A clash of heads opened a deep cut above Cuadras's right eye, blood streaming down into his vision. But instead of retreating, he attacked. The Mexican crowd came alive as their champion threw wild, desperate flurries, landing clean hooks and looping rights. Gonzalez weathered the storm, unfazed, slipping shots and landing short uppercuts in return. The Nicaraguan's calmness amid chaos was eerie. He pressed forward, his combinations relentless, every punch a statement. Cuadras's face was now a mask of blood and swelling, but he never stopped swinging. The two men traded in the center of the ring, neither giving an inch, as chants of "Choco, Choco" filled the arena. This wasn't just a fight anymore. It was a test of will, a battle of nations, and a showcase of pure heart. As the championship rounds began, exhaustion hung in the air. Both men looked battered, drained, but still dangerous. Gonzalez kept his rhythm, landing body shots that echoed like thunder. Cuadras, barely holding on, fought with every drop of courage left. His punches were slower now, but they still carried fire. Gonzalez's accuracy was surgical, each combination slicing through defense. The cut above Cuadras' eye worsened, blood dripping down his cheek as he swung wildly. Trying to turn the tide, the final round arrived and both warriors stood center ring, knowing this was their last stand. Cuadras threw everything, hooks, crosses, sheer desperation. Gonzalez stayed composed, countering, pressing forward, his dream within reach. The final bell rang. Both men embraced, bloodied but unbroken. The arena fell silent as the scores were read. Unanimous decision. Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez had done it. The Nicaraguan legend conquered a fourth weight division, while Cuadras, though defeated, walked away a warrior, etched forever in glory. As the championship rounds began, both warriors carried the marks of a brutal war. The sweat on their brows mixed with the blood from small cuts, glistening under the arena lights like medals of valor. The crowd's roars echoed through the rafters, half chanting Chocolatito and the other half screaming Cuadras. Every punch thrown now carried the weight of legacy. Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, the relentless Nicaraguan, kept pressing forward like a machine built from discipline and heart. His combinations flowed like poetry in motion, short hooks, uppercuts, body rips, each one designed to drain the resistance of his Mexican rival. But Carlos Cuadras refused to fall. His counters came sharp and fierce, his movements slick despite the exhaustion that had set deep into his legs. He knew he was fighting not just for a title, but for pride, for every cheer from his Mexican fans who believed in his speed and style. The 11th round was a battle of wills. Chocolatito's face showed strain, yet his eyes burned with the hunger of a man chasing history. Cuadras, though battered, smiled through the pain, a defiant warrior unwilling to surrender. The two collided again and again in the center of the ring, trading hooks and uppercuts that would echo through boxing history. The final bell rang not as an end, but as a salute to courage. Both men raised their gloves, knowing they had given every ounce of themselves. When the decision was read, the crowd stood, some in joy, some in heartbreak, as Chocolatito's hand was raised. He was now a 4-division world champion. But on this night, there were no losers, only legends.